Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're reviewing Popflex, which is Cassey Ho, aka Blogilates activewear brand. I've gotten so many requests from you guys, honestly, for a long time to review this brand, but I'm really glad that I waited because some of their older styles didn't really appeal to me as much, but they've made a couple changes in their activewear recently that makes me think that I'm gonna like this stuff. So if you're new here, my name is Catherine. I do a lot of brutally honest activewear reviews. I bought all of this stuff myself. It's unsponsored. And this is like my favorite style of review to do, just like testing out a new brand. If you guys don't know Cassey Ho, her YouTube name and kind of social media name is Blogilates. And she was kind of like one of the OG fitness YouTubers who I really feel like has always focused on body positivity, living a healthy lifestyle. And I haven't followed her too closely, honestly, ever. Like I definitely have done one of her like ab routines, like probably like 10 years ago at this point. But every time I come across her page, I just get really good vibes from her. Her style of workouts is definitely different from mine, which is why I don't really follow her along too closely, but I definitely respect everything that she puts out there. So like I said, I'm definitely glad I waited to do this review. I don't know how long she's had Popflex. It's definitely been a while. I think I first looked into doing a review about a year ago, but there were front seams on like every bottom and I was just like, you know, I'm just not really interested in front seams that much anymore. And I just wasn't totally sure of the styles, but I feel like I got a lot of cute styles today. They've gotten rid of the front seam. I feel like they definitely play up the like anti-camel in their marketing a lot, which I don't really love when brands like totally focus on that all the time, because really it's just like no front seam and like a longer crotch gusset, which a lot of brands had before Popflex. But I feel like I see it a lot on their TikTok where they're like, oh, we designed leggings to have this longer crotch gusset, when I'm like, okay, Lululemon had that on their Align leggings for like 5 years. So I feel like they play it up as like something unique when most of the activewear brands I wear now already have that too. But either way, that just makes me think I'm going to like these because it has some of the features that I look for in a lot of leggings. As for the price point, I'd put them in about like a mid price range. Some of their things are a little expensive, like the hoodies, which seems like all like loungewear hoodies and joggers are expensive at this point, which I guess we just can't get away from. But the bras are around like 40 to 45, shorts are around the same, around 45, and the leggings are around like 60, 65. So definitely not anywhere close to like Lululemon price range. I would put them in a kind of mid range. Before we start trying the individual pieces, I also want to say that my order process was super easy. First of all, they had a good amount of stock on the website. They didn't have like every single thing, but I wasn't buying like on a launch day or anything, and they still had plenty of options for me, and the shipping was pretty quick. I think everything got to me in like 5 days. So without further ado, let's start trying some of the pieces. Okay, I'm gonna start out with something I'm most excited to try. So as you guys may know, I have tried a lot of flared leggings or yoga pants. I made a whole video on it, and I tried a bunch of different brands, and I just like didn't totally find one that I loved, because most of them, like, they had front seams, which I'm like, how come we haven't gotten rid of the front seam on a flared legging at this point? Or they just didn't come in like a good length or anything. But as I was searching the Popflex website, I found that they had a pair of flared leggings that came in 3 different lengths, which is very important. Little props for having 3 different lengths. And I think they don't have a front seam. We're about to confirm right now. They don't have a front seam. Oh my gosh. Okay, mine has like some weird marks on it. I don't know if you guys can see like that. I think it's probably something that would come off in the wash, but that is like a little bit concerning just as I like literally just opened these. Okay, it's kind of coming off. So it looks like most of their items come in these like compostable bags, and they do have the safety pins that attach the tag, which I always love to see those safety pins. So we can confirm there's no front seam on these yoga pants slash flared leggings, whatever you want to call them. This is one of the first yoga pants I've seen without a front seam, so this is huge for me because I really wanted a pair, but they all have front seams. And we also have a seamless waistband, so it's not going to cut into the waist. Little logoing here. I don't like super bold logoing, but I think this is small enough for me. They just have a small triangular gusset here, and I got the long, which is 33 inches, and I feel like this is a pretty good fit and flare situation, and looks like a slight taper to the glute seams on the back. Their front waistbands go down really far in the front, which is usually very flattering. It gives you a lot more lower tummy control than just like a little tiny waistband, but I always try to make sure that they go up a little bit in the back so it's still flattering on the glutes. As I was looking through a lot of their leggings, it seems like most of them were made of their Buttersoft fabric, which is a 70% nylon and 30% spandex, double brushed. So it's not like the most brushed legging I've ever seen. Definitely not gonna have that shiny appearance, but it's not quite as soft as like a Buff Bunny Newbury, like Lululemon Nulu. I know this is black, so it can be hard to tell, but here's the fabric. Just like a very light brushing, almost kind of more like Buff Bunny Energy fabric. So enough chatting about this, let's just try them on. I will just say I've literally only like held these up and we're already seeing some cat fur on them, so will definitely attract had fur. Most brush leggings do though. All right guys, so here they are. They were actually a little bit snug to get on. I did read on the website that they suggested to size up, but I looked at the models and like they were still wearing sizes that I would expect them to wear, so I didn't size up. I don't know, I can't tell. I feel like a full size up might be too much, but they definitely were a little snug to get on. But now that they're on, I kind of like them. I really like the waistband, gives a really nice lower tummy control in the front. No front seam. Since they are like a tiny bit small, I might get like a little settling in this region. So just remember, just because something doesn't have a front seam doesn't actually mean that it's not possible to get camel in that. So I like the fabric, has a good amount of compression, getting like a solid medium compression, still very soft. And we go around to the back, and I do think the seams could sit a little bit higher. We're just gonna give them a medium on the booty scale, because seams are generally the most flattering when they hit you kind of at your hip bones or a little above. And here's my hip bones and here's the seam. So it does kind of cut off the line of my glutes. So I think that's one thing I would like to see them raise a little bit. They're clearly capable of making the waistband kind of go up and down. So just a little more up, a little more flattering on the glutes for us. But I definitely don't feel like I'm being squished down. In black, you might get a little bit of cellulite coverage, definitely a little bit of thickness and compression to the fabric. This is the longest version. I don't really even feel like they're that long, but they're probably okay for me. Usually I like them just like a little bit on the long side, just so when I wear them with shoes, they're good. I actually think I like these a lot, but so far, even with a little snugness, I feel like they're gonna stretch out a little bit as I wear them. So they're gonna be a comfortable fit for me. And already I like these more than every single flared legging I tried in my actual flared legging video. So we're off to a good start, because the no front seam, that really won it over for me. And these are kind of a mid-price range, which is good. And they have multiple lengths. Okay, something I will say is I feel like they may like scoot up a little bit as I wear them, which I feel like makes them not quite long enough for me. That might just be a thing with yoga pants in general though. I don't wear them much anymore to really know. Okay, I'm just realizing how much stuff I got, so we gotta be faster. Okay, let's go for the Alpine Bra in Black Constellation. I'm just taking this out of the package, and we already have some blue fuzzies on these, which I don't even have anything blue like open right now. So definitely feel like they need to like fix their packaging in some way. Like this is minor stuff, but you know, I just like to be thorough. So I really loved this collection from them. They have this like mesh with these little stars on it, and I thought it was just really subtle and cute. So here is the mesh. It just kind of has like a little panel in here, and they're like little velvety stars. So I got a size small. This might be a little boobalicious. We will see. Made of that same fabric as before. High neckline, racer back, and there is an elastic to the bottom band. Let's try it on. All right, here's the bra. Definitely very true to size. I really love the elastic at the bottom. I feel like so many brands are doing like only long line sports bras now that I miss sometimes just a really secure bottom elastic band. I feel like this fits me really well. So true to size. If you're in between, I'd probably size up though, because it doesn't have like a ton of give to it. And it's definitely a little on, you know, the risque side, but I feel like it's really flattering. I don't feel like the mesh is too wide where I would have any wardrobe malfunctions. So I do feel very secure in this. In terms of support, I'm going to go with a medium support. I do feel pretty secure in this. Kind of scoops around the armpits a little bit. So like tiny little bit of side boob, but I actually don't like when it goes too close to the armpits because it cuts in. So I'd say possibility for some, but I'm not falling out of it. I really love this little constellation detail. I feel like it's just like the perfect amount of print. Goes in the back too a little bit, I think. This fabric's nice and soft. I really don't have any issues with this bra. This is actually super cute. Okay, let's try some biker shorts. I got the Sculpt biker shorts in a size small in the color Mocha. Okay, it's the same butter soft fabric. Feeling a little softer in this brown, which I'm not mad about. And I wonder what the inseam is on these, because they say they're biker shorts. They don't look super long to me. Okay, just measured and got a 7-inch inseam, which I would consider a biker. That's kind of like my threshold just for me personally. And we have a seamless waistband, that same kind of dip down in the front, no front seam. Love to see it. Just like that small triangular gusset. Side pockets, which I love pockets in my bike shorts. And here's the back. Keep kind of getting that logo over here. So these feel pretty good. Let's try them on. Okay, I'm not like totally loving the shorts. There are some things I like about it, but I don't know. So I'm liking the fabric in this color specifically. I just feel like it's like a really nice amount of brush material where it's soft, but doesn't seem like super pill prone. We do have that seamless waistband. It could be like a little bit higher for me. They didn't want to come up too high because or else I'm gonna get like some strain here. And I just feel like their sizing at least in the bottoms, has been running a little small. Like I'm getting like way too much compression in this thigh area here, so I don't really feel like these are super thick thigh friendly. I don't know if we can see that they are kind of cutting in, which is rare for me to get cutting in this low on my thighs. Usually if I'm gonna get cutting in, it's gonna be where I'm like kind of my bulkiest up here, but I just feel like this thigh seam is like way too tight. So it's definitely gonna leave a red mark over time. I haven't been wearing these very long. They definitely won't move though, so they will stay put. They're that good length for me that doesn't move. Again, we have really nice lower tummy control. I think that's really flattering in the front here. No front seam. We do have the side pockets. They go all the way down, so they're very spacious. And I think this is gonna be a common theme across all of their bottoms. I think that the seam just cuts you off in the middle of your glutes, and this just isn't the most flattering place for a seam to sit. I think it would be better if the seam just sat up a little higher. I'm not asking for like curved seams because I know not everyone likes that, but just sit up a little bit higher. So we're gonna give these medium, maybe even medium to low on the booty scale. And I don't know if it's just the thigh seam, but I'm just feeling a little tightness in these. So definitely consider a size up. Right now I'm getting about a medium to high compression on these. And we still have the logo right there. But even though these are a little snug, not getting any camel problems. So that's definitely good. Okay, next we have the Swan Bra in Custard. So I got this for two reasons. First of all, I kind of liked this little like curved bra line on the bottom, but I also wanted to see if this was going to be enough support for my larger cup size ladies, because I usually like to have a nice supportive band at the bottom of my sports bras, and this bra does not have any sort of elastic band at the bottom. It's just a little seam. So we're really gonna be relying on compression for support. So I'm hoping for the best because it is super cute. It's looking a little wrinkly as I take it out of the bag, but hopefully that just stretches out when I wear it. Definitely not gonna be the most opaque color, but it's just a bra. Kind of a slender little racer back in the back, and looks like we do have a seam to prevent the cup pads from going in places they shouldn't. So I'd love to see that. The cup pads are also removable, and looks like the cup pads are just white. Okay, let's try this on. Guys, I really wanted this bra to work for me, but I'm just gonna say it's not for the large cup sizes. I don't feel lifted at all. I'm not getting like any support, like super light support. Just not enough compression, and just the lack of the elastic down here. First of all, it doesn't leave me a lot of space. Like I'm like ending right here. So there's just no opportunity for any support to come under the band here. The fabric on this one specifically just feels a little bit thin, which I needed a little more thickness on this one if I wanted to get any sort of support, because we don't have that elastic. Side coverage is really good, no side boob, definitely very scooped in the front, and I don't know if I would fall out of it. There's a chance just because I don't feel like I'm very held in. In the back, I love the delicate little racer back detail. I just think that this is definitely like a C cup and below style, which is such a bummer because I liked how it looked on the models, but they all kind of had smaller cup sizes, so bummer for this one. Pinto said I've been forgetting to feature him as a guest. Oh, we kind of match right now. Like the light cream and the brown. Are we twins? Are we twins? Do you want to go? Okay. Okay, I got the Explore tee in the color Lychee. I just kind of wanted to try one of their like flowy little tops. This feels like a really like lightweight, stretchy, soft fabric. So this is definitely the kind of fabric I look for in tops. Okay, so it's a rayon spandex, which I feel like makes a pretty good top. And I think this is the front, just kind of looks like a regular little top. And then the back has a little cutout, and let's try it on. All right, here's this top. It's a little more sheer than I expected. I feel like I can even see like the light yellow top underneath, which I don't totally mind in like an active tee. I think it's a little snug on the bust for me, but it does have a lot of stretch to it. So if you're looking for something that doesn't kind of hug the bust area and you're a little fuller up here, I might size up. This is just a small for me. I think it's pretty good sizing overall, and it's a decent length, goes pretty close to the top of my legging waistband here, and you have the little cutout detail in the back. It's like $30, which isn't too bad for a top. There definitely are some similar tops like this, like on Amazon and everything. Something I don't love is that they printed the label on the inside of the shirt, but since it's so sheer, you can kind of like see it through. So I'm not over the moon about this tee, but it's okay. Okay, next I got the Hourglass leggings, also in that kind of constellation print. I like that they are being a little more bold with their prints. They've had a couple different ones recently. This one says on the website, it's still made of the butter soft fabric, but it's a slightly different composition, maybe just because of the print. This one's a 77% polyester, 23% spandex. So it still feels soft and brushed, maybe even a little softer. Here's a close-up of the fabric in the print. So this one has a 28-inch inseam, which is hard to find for my tall ladies. It does seem like they're trying to come out with a variety of inseams for their leggings though, so I like to see that. Seamless waistband, and this one does have a cross front waist that does come down into a V. And I feel like when you have a cross waist, you have to have that V in the front or else it looks funny, so love that they have the V. They also have side pockets, no front seam, little triangle gusset. And yeah, these definitely feel like they're gonna be a little more compressive than the other material. Let's try them on. All right, and here are the last leggings. These feel very true to size. Love how brushed the material is. It's just like very minimal. They have the side pockets. They end about like midway down your thigh. And we have this thick crossed waistband. So there's no seam at the top here, which is great. No front seam, and it comes down in the front. So giving you a lot of lower tummy control. They're really thinking about lower tummy control, which is awesome. Personally, I like my cross waist a little bit higher, but this isn't as low as something like the Alphalete surfaced cross waist leggings, which I feel like are just a little bit too low for me. This I'd still wear. I just like it to cover my belly button a little more, but for most people, this is probably going to be a perfect height that doesn't constantly roll down. One thing I should say about this print is that it is lined with a very light blue / white. So when the fabric stretches, you get a lot of white showing through that can look like sheerness, but it's not necessarily sheerness. I feel like I'm getting a lot of it stretching out in like just areas that I'm a little bigger, like the thighs, the butt a little bit, even on like my calves. So just be aware of that, especially when you're squatting, it will turn white quite a bit. So that's just something you're gonna get with prints like this, because the inside of the legging has to be like the lightest color. But I know that bothers a lot of you guys because we've seen that on leggings before. So just thought I'd mention, definitely not getting any camel problems. It's not feeling tight, and the seams are still too low in the back. I just think that's where all the seams are gonna be, unfortunately. So these ones I think I'm gonna give a medium on the booty scale, and this material feels a little thicker than the others, so I'd say it's actually gonna be pretty cellulite friendly. And these are 28-inch inseams, so they're basically a full length for me. Compression on these is gonna be about a medium. These definitely feel a little thicker, warmer than some of the other bottoms today. Okay, I also got the Glow Bra in deep teal, made of the butter soft fabric as well. I don't really know if they have anything that's not in the butter soft fabric, but everything just like comes really crinkled, and I'm not sure if that's like really a problem, but maybe it's because of their compostable packaging, which is like, you know, a small price to pay. So this is a long line sports bra. It does have removable cup pads, but the bottom, instead of being like a real elastic, it's just a double thickness of the fabric, and it's a little long line. The straps just go straight up and down, and they are adjustable, which is nice. And the adjustable straps are made of like a rose gold. Here's a close-up of the straps and the fabric. Okay, this bra is pretty solid. It's very basic, but that's totally fine. So it is a long line, so you're not gonna have any harsh elastics. I think if you're in between sizes in this one, you could probably go either way. You could size down for a little more compression or size up if you're concerned. I am kind of slipping a little bit under the line here, but I think other than that, it actually has pretty decent coverage for most cup sizes. So this one's definitely not like an only small cup size bra. Good coverage in the back too. The material is soft, and I love that the straps are adjustable. Whenever you have like a thin spaghetti strap like this, it's honestly just like a wasted opportunity to not make it adjustable. So I did tighten mine a little bit. You have a nice scoop neck here, goes pretty close to the armpits here, but it doesn't feel like it's cutting in. This fabric isn't like tight enough to do that. And support, we're gonna go with light to medium. I think there still is a slight opportunity to kind of fall out of the front a little bit. This feels like a bra that I might do some slight adjusting at the gym, but definitely wouldn't prevent me from wearing it. And last bottoms, I got the sprint shorts. I just felt like I wanted to try their version of like running shorts like this. So they have a super thick elastic waistband. Like this is all elastic and it's super thick, so I'll have a lot of compression. I really like this little detailing on the back. It's actually like a little pocket, but they made it into kind of like, I don't know, it looks like more of a decoration. I'm not seeing any true pockets on the sides of these. Yeah, no pockets. And they do have the underwear shaped lining, which isn't always a problem, only usually a problem for me if it's cutting in, so we'll see how that is. I also got these in a size small, because every time I size up, they're just like giant in the waist for me, so I love this little seafoam color. Let's try these on. All right, so here are the shorts. I wanted to like these a little bit more. I feel like this waistband just goes up like really, really high. Like I can even like fold it down and we're still not showing my belly button. And keep in mind, I have a torso that is longer than almost everyone I know. And if it's like this high on me, like it's hitting up to my rib cage. If you're a shorter gal, this is gonna be like all the way up to your bra band. So I just feel like this waistband is just a little too high, and it's actually giving a good amount of compression, but it's giving area in a compression where I don't really need it that much. Like I don't really need it in like mid tummy. I feel like most people look for compression kind of lower tummy, and this kind of completely skips over that region. And they're like super short, like a little shorter than I want to go. I mean, obviously we have that lining on the inside, so you aren't really seeing anything and you won't be exposed, but I can't imagine that this inseam is more than like an inch or an inch and a half. And I definitely feel like I'm exposing a little glute back here. So I really do love this pocket though. I think it's a really cute design, just enough room for like some keys or something. But yeah, I'm just like not loving these overall. And I think you can see the underwear line a little bit, which I just don't love the built-in underwear lines. But I know some of you guys like this kind of lining because it doesn't roll up like a short lining does. And lastly, I got the cloud hoodie, which was $70, which is like a lot, but I just felt like they're really hyping up this hoodie. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm doing this review, might as well try it. It actually looks like pretty cute. So these come in like double sizes. This is like a small medium, which is kind of my ideal size, I guess. Okay, this is different than I expected. It has a pretty unique lining on the inside. It's not like your normal fleece. It's almost like a velvety situation. It's actually not quite as soft as I thought, but it still is soft. So here's the material close up. The outside's just kind of like your classic cotton fleece, and then here's the inside. It's very super soft and brushed. Definitely gonna have super oversized sleeves, which I like. I think that's cute. Almost like a cropped fit, side pockets, and a hood. Okay. Let's try it on. Okay, so here's the hoodie, and it's definitely very oversized. Like this is a small medium, so I would not size up in this. It's a very oversized fit. Let's zip this up. And yeah, even zipped up, I have a ton of space. I think this was definitely like an intentional vibe. Here, let me undo these little aglet guys, which I think it actually is a super cute, like cozy, oversized vibe. I love the soft lining, feels very warm and cozy. And another thing I like about this is it actually ends at like the perfect place for a sweatshirt. I don't like when sweatshirts like go like so far over my butt. This one kind of stops right at your hips, but it's not like truly cropped. Like you may show a little skin when you raise your arms, but it's not like, you know, up here like some cropped sweatshirts. So I think this would be like a good gym cover up, lifestyle piece. Definitely very cozy. I'm still not like totally sure about the inside of this. I feel like it could have been like a little bit softer. Like here's an Alphalete sweatshirt that just launched, and it's lined with like a true like velour velvet, and this is definitely feeling softer than what's inside this one. Not to say that it isn't soft, but it could be a little softer. So I think it's a little pricey at $70 for a sweatshirt. It's the most expensive piece from today, and I'm not sure I would go out of my way for it, but I think it's cute. So that's it for the review, guys. I feel like I definitely loved a couple pieces, but then a couple pieces didn't quite hit the mark for me, but I definitely feel like they're going in the right direction, and I'm going to keep trying out new pieces from them because I think I'm still trying them kind of like right when they transitioned into styles that are more my thing. I feel like definitely check them out, see if anything that catches your eye comes in, because it all is feeling very good quality, but very rarely do I love like everything from a brand. So let me know your comments down below if you guys have tried Popflex, if I missed any piece that I should really be trying from them. I think I'm gonna try to order those flare leggings in a size medium, just see if they fit a little better for me. And again, leave any requests for reviews down below. If you're not already subscribed and you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!